And good morning to you and yours. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Welcome to Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and New York City and the world to you. I've got a whole lot going on for you. We've got a great show in store for you. So kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Here we go now. Coming up on today's show, we're here from a local author, a creative writer, and mother who will speak about her latest children's book and what inspired her to write it. And then we'll speak to the representative of a local organization that is providing vital services in our community. After that, we'll hear from an associate professor who has been teaching for 39 years and has a passion for ensuring the success of her students. And finally, we'll speak to a middle school teacher who invests her time in tutoring and the growth of our wonderful students. Edification of young minds is a wonderful thing. We'll learn more about that and how she's shaping young minds. So sit back, kick off your shoes, and here we go now. We're wide open. And welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open. It's that live, the only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is a local author, creative writer, and a mother of two, and she has a dog too. She's sitting down with us to speak about her children's book, Please, There's Nothing Small About Me, and to give some insight on motherhood, too. So please welcome to the show, Siobhan Gamble. Siobhan, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Now, you get tripped up saying your name. Your name is spelled like Siobhan.
Yes, it is actually pronounced Siobhan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know everyone messes my name up.
They'll say Siobhan.
They say Siobhan, Siobhan. I get everything except what is pronounced, which sounds like Siobhan. That's my name, Siobhan.
Where did the name come from?
It's an Irish name. My mom gave it to me. It actually comes from a soap opera, Ryan's Hope.
Your mom was watching Ryan's Hope and said, you know what?
She used to love that soap opera, Ryan's Hope.
I'm having a child. I'm going to name mom.
Right. She said Siobhan. So she actually didn't know the name was spelled that way. She heard the name. So then she looked in the credits and she said, like, I want to know how that name is spelled.
Yeah.
So she looked in the credits and she saw Siobhan and she's like, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. So she had an Irish co-worker that she went and she wrote the name down and she said, do you know how to pronounce this name? And the co-worker says, yeah, that's Siobhan. She's like, I knew it. That's my daughter's name. That is my daughter's name, Siobhan. Yeah. So I've been cursed since then with that name. No one can say.
No, you haven't been cursed.
No, it's a beautiful name. Thank you. It is. I love my name. I grew to love my name.
Yeah, and thank you for gracing us with your presence on this show.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
So you have this wonderful book. When did you get the appetite? When did you want to come up with the idea of writing a book?
In general. So this is the thing. I always knew I wanted to be a writer. I would say more like six. So this is the story behind that. I'll tell you really quickly. I was in first grade, and there was a international or national writing contest for all the first graders to enter, and we had to write a book, which I did. The book was titled "My Brother and Me." And I wrote this book, and it was entered in this contest. I won first place, won a publishing contract and everything. So I knew, I never got it, those things. I was sick actually when it was time to receive the award. So that was like a downer. Yeah. But just the fact that I won first place and won a publishing contract and a $50 bond. That was like the highlight of my. That inspired
Here we
me.
Go.
Right. This is me. So I knew back then. So I kind of held on to that. I always loved writing. Throughout my life, that's always been my joy. So I just knew at some point in life I would end up writing a book. It never stopped me, but it was sad.
My Brother and Me. What made you want to
My
writing
Brother and Me? Well, it was nothing. I didn't put much thought into it. That was just what came up when I was 6 years old. I'm like, my world is my brother, so I'm gonna write about it. So I did, and lo and behold, it won. It was bigger than I imagined. So I still actually have that book somewhere in my mom's house.
Oh, see, you may want to publish that.
I knew you were going to say that. I may think about it.
That may be down the line somewhere.
Right, somewhere down the line.
So this one right here is about your son.
This is about my son. His name is Malachi. So in the book, he's Super Mally. And Super Mally, he's very strong-willed, very self-assured, full of self-love. And he's just like, you know what? You may think I'm small. I may look small, but guess what? There's nothing small about me. So that's just how he carries himself. It's like,
how old is he?
He's 5. He'll be 6 in October.
They all know in school that.
Oh, they all know. The last day of school, I read the book to this class. The very last day of school, and the kids went wild. So that was my first actual book reading.
Did
last day of school.
Did he turn into Super
No,
Mally?
he didn't. It was a last minute thing. But this is the thing. He is going to wear a cape whenever I have book readings, book signings. Yeah. He'll have his cape on, and he'll be my Super Mally. Yes. Yeah. And he can read, so hopefully he'll be reading his own story too.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
And wait a minute, you have 2.
I have 2. My daughter.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 4. She'll be 5.
She's gonna say, "Well, what about me?"
Oh,
Mom?
you already know. My baby. I wrote her a book as well. Her book is titled "When the Sun Hits Different," and hers is about a strong, what I would say, the modern day Pippi Longstocking. That's the vibe of the book. She's very strong-willed as well. Yeah, but more of a free-spirited, strong-willed. So the book kind of speaks of that. It speaks of things that not just her, but everyone has things that make us different about ourselves. Yeah. So that highlights on her different. Like, she's a brown-skinned girl. She has brown eyes, brown hair. It speaks of how, those things that most people, you know how we have things about us that people pick at. It just goes to show you that no matter who we are, what difference we have, there's something special about it. Absolutely. And it may not be something you see, but eventually, those are the things we come to appreciate about ourselves more than anything.
And she knows you're writing it.
And too, she knows it. She's very excited about this book. She's so excited.
She's gonna wear an outfit too.
Oh yeah. She has a picture in this book, so she's like, "Mom, I want to wear the cape." I'll show you really quick if you don't mind. On one of the pages, she is in the book, and she always says, "I want to wear this cape as well, Mom." Hold on, get in there. Get in there. Here it is.
When they turn 20, they're gonna look back. Look.
So that's her in the glasses. And she always says, "Mom, I'm in Malachi's book too." Yeah. But the problem is Mally's not in her book, so he understands. It's okay. Yeah. But
that's all right. They're gonna grow up. They're probably gonna be writing like you.
I hope so. And they're both very artistic. Yeah.
How does that make Mom feel, knowing that you put the pen to the paper and you got the 2 children in there?
Oh, it's a joy. It's like writing was my first love. And my children are my everything. So I feel like that's the best position any mom could be in,
But wait, you have a dog.
I have a dog too. My Sammy. Say, what about me? Oh, that's my 3rd baby. That is absolutely my 3rd baby.
There he is. Oh, that's the other one.
That's my first baby. That's before my children. That is before my babies came.
Oh, he got a good eye.
So
he got you right in the eye right there.
That was the guy that I feel helped me become the mom I am. I loved him like a child. And he's my baby.
That was the practice?
That was my practice.
Oh. Yes. So maybe you can write about both of them.
Maybe. I probably will. Yeah. I don't see this stopping anytime soon. I think I'm going to make this my career.
And I can see it as a children's book. Kids love animals.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. Put a goldfish in there.
Right? I love it.
That's good. So what's next for you? You're going to go around, signing?
Well, yes. I have actually something scheduled for the 18th. It's at an ice cream shop. It's called Tabitha's Ice Cream in Fairfield.
Oh, good.
So good. I know that was something that came out of nowhere. I'm super excited about it. Yeah. So on the 18th, we're going to have, it's mostly children, like preschool, because the book age range is between 3 and 8, I would say. But it's scheduled for, that's Friday. So they're going to come in, they're going to have ice cream. I'm going to read to them. We're going to have activities, and it's just going to be a fun hour, 2 hours, whatever it's going to be. Yeah. And have a book signing. So of course, I'm going to send the kids home with capes, because my thing is, I asked my son and daughter, what's their superpower? Every child has a superpower. Yeah. So that's going to be the question of the day for every child. What's your superpower? Yeah. And they'll have their capes on, and they'll be feeling.
I'm coming. I want to get a cape.
You better get it. Come get your cape.
Cape and a glove.
There you go. You better come get your cape now. Come get your cape.
That's good.
Yeah,
Helps you to move on to the next level.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
But you don't only write; you do some other things. Tell us about it.
Yes, I am. I'm pretty much an artistic person all the way around. I paint. I write. I don't play any instruments. Actually, I do play a violin, but I have not gone anywhere with that since junior high school. But I still can. Those strings are still intact. They're still intact. I can still hold the tune, hold everything. But my love is writing. That's always been my chosen craft. I work at Mental Health Connecticut. I'm like a life coach for the people that are in residence, excuse me. And that is my second passion as well, helping people, and just I get to help them get acclimated with the outside world, because a lot of them have mental illnesses, dealing with addictions and things like that. So I'm helping them to get back on track with their life. It's so needed. And I love those people so much. It's like, that's my second passion. So when I'm not with my kids, I'm with them. And it's like, my life feels so full. Like other kids, my life is so full with that.
Well, what do you tell parents or people who have people in their family that needs some sort of help like that?
I say be patient. Just first and foremost, just be patient with these people. We all need that love, attention, respect. We all need to feel seen and heard. And I think that is the ingredients that comes with empathy. But I understand that everyone does not have empathy. That's something that I say we're born with, but we can all learn to have compassion. So
it's a beautiful thing.
You know, that is a beautiful thing. I love what you
do. See, it's a circle of love.
It is. It's all about love. It's all about love. You know, nothing can happen.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. So.
There you go. But it starts and ends with love. That is my message for that.
So what have the youngsters been doing on their summer vacation? I know they're getting ready to go back to school.
They're getting ready to go back to school. My daughter has been going to summer school since school ended, and she loves school, so it's like nothing to her. My son,
so she could be ready.
She's so ready. She's so ready. She's learning her sight words now, so she's ready to jump in there and show the teacher what she's learned. My son has been staying home with me playing Roblox.
Oh, all right.
Right. But he was supposed to go to a summer program. Excuse me.
He'll be ready too.
Oh, he'll be ready. Yeah.
He loves school.
Yeah, he does love school. He's on a third grade reading level, and he's 5 years old. So he's ready.
Well, look, you guys are reading.
I know good. That is books are a huge part of our household.
You're putting the pen to the paper, and the family's reading.
I'm trying.
Dog is reading. The dog is reading.
Oh, he has to get in the mix as well. You know this, so he probably can read too. I just don't know it.
He's got his own thing going on.
Yes.
But he knows your language too.
Oh, he certainly does.
People can get your books on Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Nobles. You can go to Amazon. Let's see, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon. You can go to Goodreads, Walmart, Target. There's a few other places. Just Google. And it's pretty much everywhere. So
you go to Walmart.
Walmart too. Target, Walmart. You will find me there.
Look at that.
Yes, I know.
Beautiful.
I'm so excited.
Great job.
Thank you.
A website, social media.
Yep, you can find me at Siobhan Gamble Author. I'm on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter yet, but I'm working on that.
Yeah.
But I also have a website. It's actually Squarespace. So Siobhan Gamble Author at squarespace.com.
Got it.
Yes.
Want to shout out your illustrator and some of the other people that helped
Stephanie Hyder. She is the absolute best illustrator. Thank you, Stephanie, for everything. You see, as you guys can see, wonderful, wonderful artwork. She's available. She's always looking for new work. So if you're thinking of writing a book or a children's book,
she's getting you some work.
Oh yes, any project regarding illustrations, please hit up my girl Stephanie Hyder. She's
on your website too.
Oh yeah, she's on the website as well.
Okay, good. Yes, give me the website one more time.
It's Siobhan Gamble Author at squarespace.com. Also Siobhan Gamble Author at Facebook, and Siobhan Gamble Author at Instagram. Excuse me.
Siobhan Gamble, the author.
That is me.
Mom and children's book author. She's gonna write a book about the dog too.
I am.
Siobhan, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll take a break right here. I've got a whole lot more. You're in it. We're in it together right here on Open.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Kids!
I don't want to talk about it.
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 Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency.
Kids, you all right?
This family's prepared. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 for more information.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
We all know what it's like to feel alone. But it just takes one new connection. Want to get out of here? To empower many.
This is unbelievable.
It doesn't take a superhero to bring forces together. We all have the power to reach out.
Let's go!
And help someone feel like they belong.
Pretty cool, huh?
We are stronger together.
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
And welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is a director for Children's Family and Youth Services for Southeast Bronx Neighborhood Center Incorporated. He joins us today to speak about their annual Family and Fundraising Gala, to shed some light on the services offered by the nonprofit agency, and to welcome a lot of the things that the organization is doing. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Atta Acheampong is in the house. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So you're no stranger to the show. You've been here before.
Yes.
And we spoke about your wonderful organization.
Yes.
But for people who are just tuning in, give us a little overview of what the organization is all about.
The Southeast Bronx Neighborhood Center has been around for over 90 years and servicing the poorest congressional district in the country, which is the South Bronx.
Yeah.
Some of the services we provide are developmentally disabled services, early childhood learning, housing, family care network, early youth and family services, those kind of things. Yeah. So our vision really is to be able to help the disenfranchised to become leaders of their community. You know, the mission really is to be able to enhance the quality of life for people in the Bronx and in New York in general.
How long has the Southeast Bronx Neighborhood Center been in existence?
Since the 1930s. Since the 1930s, officially we changed it. People know it mostly as forest houses. It's part of the settlement house. But it's when you say the Southeast Bronx Neighborhood Centers, that's our official name.
Yeah.
Yes.
And talk about some of the programs that you offer.
So all these programs are basically open to people within New York. One of the top programs we have is the developmentally disabled program. We provide day residential services. Yeah. We have various after-school programs. We'll provide various social services. We were really a staple within the community during COVID. We've led the conversation and all initiatives and been part of how we move our communities forward.
Yeah, I mean, you've been in existence since
Right.
the 30s when COVID came.
Right.
You know, you've dealt with situations
Definitely.
like this before,
Definitely.
so you were able to stand strong.
Definitely.
And do well in
Definitely.
our communities.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, where are you located? Or you have a couple of different locations?
We are located a lot at various areas throughout the South Bronx, but our main location is 955 Tinton, which is literally right on 163rd Street and Tinton Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yeah.
right there.
So I can go up to Concourse,
right there.
make a right on 163rd.
You can't miss it. We're literally right on the corner.
Go straight up.
Yes, yes.
So, every year you put together a big gala. You got to raise some money to keep things going.
Right.
You get money from different places,
Right.
elected officials and different organizations.
Right.
But you need to have people that will stand with you every step of the way.
Definitely.
So you have a gala coming up.
Definitely. So this year's gala, last year, of course, we spoke about it. It was very successful.
Uh-huh.
This year we are looking to. Definitely. So it's Thursday, September 21st, at Maestros Banquet Hall at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
The website, we are live on the website where we can have sponsorships and purchase ticket, $25 per person.
Yeah.
I've told everybody that you're purchasing 6 tickets. So, no pressure though.
No pressure.
No pressure. But the idea is to be able to raise about $250,000.
Yeah.
We're about 11% just shy of the goal. So we are hoping to be able to connect with elected officials, community staples, and people like yourself as well.
Yeah.
So
good.
Yes.
And anybody performing?
This year, one of the things that SEBNC does is that our vision, we are actually living that. Connect the disenfranchised and make them staples and leaders in their community.
Yeah.
This year, our speaker actually was an intern who was out of school, out of work, youth.
Yeah.
Who has now worked her way up to become one of the directors of one of our biggest after school programs.
Yeah.
So her story is very promising, very encouraging. And so when we speak of Southeast Bronx Neighborhood Centers, we put our money where our mouth is.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what.
So you get a lot of people coming back.
Yes.
Over the years.
Yes.
Just giving back.
Yes.
Who are some of those other people that have?
So we had a young man recently who graduated from Howard Law School.
Yeah.
Came through our program through a GED program. Those are kind of the stories. We have several students who are now doctors, nurses, teachers, those kind of things.
Yeah.
These were at-risk youth that we touched at some point, and we're able to help them change the trajectory of their lives.
Yeah.
So
do you hire some of these people?
Yes,
back?
we hired a lot of them back. So mostly a lot of our mid-management is usually people who have been through our programs.
Wow.
Yes.
So they know the beginning stage.
Yes.
They know the ins and outs of what's going on.
So it's a family-based program.
Yeah.
We are very, very close knit. Our leadership under the auspices of Miss Doreen Miles, who's our executive director, she believes in family. Yeah. So she makes sure that everything we do is centers around family.
Who are some of the main people that you work with who are doing great things? I know we can't award everybody. We would like to award a lot of these people, at least mention who they are.
So our board of directors have been very instrumental in organization.
Congratulations to you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah. We applaud you for everything that you do.
Moving us forward. Yeah. As I said, our Ms. Doreen Miles, our executive director.
Yeah.
Yes, this is part of, that's her right there, Ms. Althea Stevens, who's a council member. Borough President Vanessa Gibson. She's definitely a big supporter of our organization. She's always there for us. Yeah. Those are the kind of people. So they're always coming back because they're seeing that when they do award us with grants and funding, they actually see what we are doing with the money. So
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have to continue to applaud you and let people know,
yes,
create the awareness that you do exist in our community.
We do.
People, a lot of people need help.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if there are people out there, looking for an organization or an agency like yours, what do they have to do?
We are all over social media. Our website is www.sebnc.org, SEBNC. So right now, if they go on there, they will see all the services. As I said, the gala information is live to be able to purchase tickets or to be able to be a sponsor as well. We are a one-stop shop. So even if you come and we can't provide the services, we will definitely have referrals for you.
Who are some of the people that you may think need your services?
So if you look at where we are located in a poorest congressional district, and I keep emphasizing that because it's real. Currently, the education system there, the living conditions, it's below acceptable levels, right? So we are in the community to make sure that we have resources available to be able to help people to get out of that hole. One of the things we did recently, actually, is we are in the food desert. We just recently put up our community garden, which is literally on 168th and Prospect. And that's a way for us to address healthy living.
So I didn't know you guys operated a community garden.
Yes, fully operative now. We are ready to harvest. Come by sometime. It's open to the community. It's a beautiful space. We have a sit-in area. The community is able to come and volunteer anytime they want to.
You planted the seeds?
Planted the seeds, tomatoes.
Now it's harvest time.
Harvest time. Harvest time, yes. So we invite everybody. Yes.
They can just come in and pick a few things?
Monday through Friday. It's open from 9 to 3 p.m. Yes. And on weekends, some weekends as well.
So what do you have, tomatoes?
We have tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries. We have almost everything you can think of. Onions, pepper, so all of that.
I just want to come in and pick it and give it to some people.
Yes, please. Please join us, please. Please.
Now, you guys do a number of things. You don't have just a gala and some of the programs, but you do a lot of things in the community.
Right. So we are very heavily in the civic engagement. We want people to have their voices heard.
Exercise your right.
Yes. So we make sure that we disseminate information on all initiatives that are going through the city government and throughout the city as well. So
people can. People last night. I said, you know what? Get involved.
Yes.
Make sure you're registered.
Right.
VIP. Register.
Right. So
register. Educate.
Right. So what we do, what our main focus
and vote.
But our main focus is to be able to get people to be active in their communities. So what happens is, many times because of a lack of information, people don't know what's happening within their communities. Our job is to be that central mouthpiece. We literally send out text messages, our social media pages. That's how we communicate with the community directly. So as soon as something comes up, it's disseminated to the community.
And people may be saying, well, why are they talking about voting now? Because you have to get ready. Because we have to come out in full force and elect some of these people that we need.
If has ever been an important time for everybody to get involved, it's now. Because what happens is funding is being stifled to different areas, and we have to make sure that our communities are also heard and accounted for as well.
Exercise your civic engagement.
Definitely.
It's a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Where can we go for more information?
So, again, the website is www.SEBNC.org. When you go, you can you will be connected to all our social media pages.
Yes.
And
make sure.
And definitely that September 21st, Maestros. It's 1703 Bronxdale, New York. Bronx, New York. $125 per person. We are hoping that we can have you and have as much support as possible.
Beautiful. Give us the website one more time.
www.SEBNC.org.
Hey, thank you for all the work that you do.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank everybody that works with you guys.
Definitely.
People need organizations like yours in the community.
Definitely.
And, whatever we can do to back it and help create the awareness here at Bronx Center or anywhere else, you just let us know.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having us.
You have a cousin out there,
you've told me about this.
Michelle Acheampong.
Yes, it's an uncommon name, but I'm sure we related somehow.
And she was vice president of Local 371. She just retired, but she's still doing some major work in our community.
The Champongs are in the community. That's what we do.
Right. Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you so much.
You're always welcome, right?
Definitely.
You always have a seat at the table.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
There you goes. Atta Acheampong, Director of Children's, Family, and Youth Services, SEBNC Incorporated. We'll take a quick break. We've got a whole lot more covered up next on Open.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires. Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how I'm getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go.
Excellent. Suckers. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're in the
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Our next guest is an associate professor at the Dominican University. She joins us to talk about her experiences and the work that she has done for 39 years. So please welcome to the show, Dr. AnnMarie DiSiena. How are you, doctor?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Dr. DiSiena, right? Is the last name?
That's correct. DiSiena, correct.
Oh, okay. How are you? What's going on? How are you? How have you been?
I am doing well. Always busy. That's part of my life, but I love it. Always busy, but I enjoy what I do. So I'm doing well, thank you.
Beautiful. So tell us about the wonderful work that you're doing at the Dominican Republic. I mean, at the Dominican University.
University.
You see where? Yeah, yes. I'm there. I'm vacation minded right about now.
I got it. I have been very fortunate. I've been a member of the faculty for 39 years.
Yes.
I started part-time. And then I worked my way up. I was given part-time teaching and then administration. I came full-time. And at every rank, you have to apply. So apply for associate, assistant associate. I will eventually apply for full professor. I teach undergraduate classes in leadership and communication studies. And I teach graduate classes.
Doctor, what do you love most about teaching college students?
So again, I said undergraduate and graduate teaching, and I love what I do because my students make it easy. My students are the best. Teaching college students, or teaching university students, keeps one very young. I learn from them, they learn from me. We have great interaction.
Now, 39 years of teaching, what stands out in your mind? What do you love most about what you do?
The most is I can affect change in students. And I can see students change. I've seen students when they were freshmen, and then again when they're upperclassmen and seniors, and the maturation is wonderful. And the fact that they can grow and we grow together is wonderful. Yeah. We interact very often, and I teach life skills. I teach my students things they can use every single day of their life, so it makes an impact.
Yeah, it's like you work on a beautiful campus. What stands out in your mind as a professor? One thing that you'll never forget? Dealing and teaching these wonderful students over the years?
The most wonderful thing for me is that when students, after they leave my class, even after years after, they contact me and said, wow, it made a difference. Now I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And one in particular, a young student athlete, never wanted to speak in public. He hated it. He said, I cannot do it, but he had to do it to pass the class. He was a good student.
Yeah.
Maybe about 5 or 6 years later, he's working in banking. He emailed me and said, Dr. D, thank you, thank you, thank you. What I do for a living is public speaking on the banking. He said it. I think everything you told us. That to me is wonderful. When students can connect, I think it's great. And I have contact with my students either in person, via LinkedIn, via Facebook. I keep in contact with them years later, so I see what they're doing.
Do they ever come back and visit you?
Yes, some of them do. Some of them do. A lot of them visit me via virtual, not so much in person because they're also busy at different places. But you know what's very interesting and also sad? Sometimes the students I taught as my college students before we became university, now they have children who are college students. And I say, oh boy.
Yeah.
That's how you know how long you've been teaching.
Yeah.
But I still talk to them, so it's great. It's great, yes.
And see, go to Dr. DiSiena. She's going to teach you well. They're going to send their grandchildren to you.
Actually, people do send people to me. Many students said, ask Dr. D. She'll know or she'll find out how to know. And that's been my mantra. If I don't know how to help you, I will make sure I find someone who can help you.
Yeah.
Whether it's academically or whatever it might be. I am an academic advisor, so I see a lot of students. I see them successful through their programs.
Yeah. As an academic advisor, what would you tell youngsters who think maybe I just want to finish high school and just get a job? I mean, you have families that think that way. My mother was an Italian lady, thought that we should just go straight out to work and just bring some money in. What would you tell them about it? The importance of the edification of young minds.
Right. Well, I think education is extremely important. I think the student will learn a whole lot more as they advance. Now, not everyone needs a college degree, true, but they will be a better thinker, much more well-rounded person, a better leader. They'll understand the world better because they're open to new experiences. In our classrooms, I have a very diversified population of students. We learn from each other. We learn about cultures. We learn about different international stuff. It's wonderful to do that, which we do not get if you work in one industry.
Yeah.
If the student has to work, and I understand that totally, then I say come back part-time. Take a few classes here and there, see if you like it. But mostly go on the campus, get campus life because you never revisit those 4 years. Never.
I know, that's right. Brings back good memories to me, that's for sure.
That's good.
Had a lot of fun in college. How has it been since you recently added 2 more graduate programs to
Challenging. Challenging. I was given a challenge by the college administration and president.
Yeah.
Said, we know you can take this on. They've asked me to work the programs in combination so that the business students also get leadership courses and the healthcare management people also get leadership courses. I started the Masters of Leadership and Organization 5 years ago. It's a phenomenal program, but students need leadership. They need communication skills. They need how to do crisis leadership. They need how to make change. So that's needed in every business.
Yeah.
It was missing in the business curriculum in detail, so we've combined it. So in our classes, we teach differential instruction. Whether you're management, whether you're healthcare management, or whether you're leadership, you're getting instruction, but your assignments are based on what you know in your own business world.
Yeah.
What would help you.
Why is it so?
It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge.
Yeah. And why is it so important to teach leadership? I mean, we know how important it is, but why is it? What more do you give at the graduate
level
program?
Yes, I understand. In leadership, everyone's a leader, and not by title. Titles do not equal leadership. The ability to guide, the ability to inspire, to influence. At work, you want to influence those you work with. You want to be able to create change. That's why it's important to understand leadership. It's not about a title. It's not only about managing. What's your creativity? What's your vision?
Yeah.
Let us grow to see what's next because our youngsters today are tomorrow's leaders. And you never know who you're influencing. I always say that. You never know who's looking at you, but you never know whose life you've changed.
Bingo.
I remember changing a life of an 8th grader. She came back to me years later and told me what I did for her. I had no clue. I had no clue I did that. But we do influence, and that's leadership.
Yeah. You're absolutely right when you say you never know who's watching. I mean, you may have little youngsters, little nephews, little brothers and sisters looking up to you to guide them, people in the community, looking up to you to guide them in the right direction. And if you're a leader, always remember that people are following.
Right.
So be careful what you do. If you do something wrong, they're going to want to do it too, because the little ones are like little human tape recorders, and they'll try to follow you all the way in.
Absolutely.
So make sure, you do the right thing as a leader.
And I often ask my students, who are their mentors, their people that they look up to? They know that. But I say, so who do you mentor? Who looks up to you?
Wow.
And they don't know that. They don't realize it. Everybody you affect, everything you do affects someone else. That's what I try to impart to my students.
Yeah.
We have great conversations. I have fun in my classroom. Students know that. I'm also all business, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I enjoy interacting with my students. I really do. I find that, I tell my students, as I have done, find the job you love to do and go get paid to do it.
Yeah. You want to say hello to some of the people working with you?
I would love to do that. Hello to anyone at Dominican University. Sister Barbara, you're a sweetheart. She's been my angel all through. I have a boss, Ivan. He's also the director of our division. My academic dean, Dr. Tom Novak. The assistant dean, Dr. Kevin Hemberg. My associate, Dr. Andrew Burns. I have a lot of colleagues that I work with, and I've worked with years. And I would not be where I was not today if the people there did not believe in me and empower me to do what I do.
Well,
not everyone at the university gets an opportunity to do what I've done.
Yeah. And we thank you for all that you do. And even if you didn't mention a few of them, thank you for everybody that works with you, because they're going to love you. You're going to say, oh, you said thank you to us. You mentioned us.
Yes.
You have social media and a website that people can follow you on?
I do not have a website, but I can be reached at LinkedIn at AnnMarie DiSiena at duny.edu.
Thank you so much.
LinkedIn. It was wonderful talking with you, and please send regards to Devin, because Devin is my student.
Oh, great. Okay. And thanks for coming on. You're welcome to come on again, okay?
Thank you very much.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Bye.
Dr. AnnMarie DiSiena. She's Associate Professor of Communications Studies at the Dominican University. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it out. We'll take a break right here. I've got more coming up next.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Poor Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug. You know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
COVID-19 has changed how we spend weekends with the girls. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to brunching instead of late-night munching. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe? Should I wait?
It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kitchen now.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Our last guest is a middle school teacher in Queens, New York, who also has a tutoring business and a strong point of the growth of her students. They use it all the time. So please welcome to the show, Victoria Morris. Victoria, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? So, when did you first want to become an educator and help people get what they need out of life?
Well, I did go to school for it. I always wanted to be a teacher, though. I think my family always says I was bossy. So I always knew I wanted to be an educator. I just wasn't sure what grade level I wanted to, teach.
Oh. All right, so tell us more about some of the wonderful things that you're doing. You have your students that you teach, and then you have a tutoring business also, right?
Yeah. So I'm working on my master's right now in English education. I did my undergrad in childhood 1 through 6. So I just transferred over to teaching middle school recently. And I just had a love for reading. So I decided to further my education in English, teaching English.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what schools did you go to? Did you attend?
I attended Queens College for both the undergrad and my master's. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I know it. That's right off the highway right there, Queens College. I used to do a lot of parties over there. And they were a major supporter of my foundation, to Make the Great Foundation for Education. So we love what you do. What were a couple of challenges you faced in the classroom? And was it difficult to resolve? What are some of the things that you had to do to iron things out?
In my first year of teaching, it was a lot of fighting in the classroom, like physical fighting, which was very challenging. The kids' language, it was hard for me. I was like, when I was in school, nobody cursed or, said any foul language. But these kids nowadays, they're exposed to so much that I think that was a challenge for me to transition and also to help them to build relationships with each other. And then when I transferred to middle school as well, they have a lot of arguments and it interrupts the lesson. So I think that was a big challenge that I had in the classroom. But with time, you get used to the children and they end up relaxing a little bit, less aggressive throughout the year.
Well, Victoria, what are some of the things that you do? You have any secrets that you use to try to quiet the classroom down just a little bit?
I let them take breaks. Surprisingly, they like when you are like, oh, you don't have to do any work right now. Just calm down. Baby them a little bit, even though they act like they don't want to be babied. So, yeah.
So you know what to do then.
Yeah,
it works for you.
Because they sometimes think I look so young and I'm so nice, and when I get strict on them, they're like, oh, you're being so mean.
Well, wait a minute, Victoria. Do you use some of their lingo?
You have to. I'm as I get older, it's harder to keep up, but I can talk to them and ask them to teach me, and then they're surprised when I use it.
Yeah. So what are some of the words that you use? Because, there's something called the identification technique. Sometimes you have to get right down in there and say, all right, this is what we're going to do. They're going to say, oh, wow, she's all right. She speaks our language.
Yeah, I try to keep up on TikTok, but a lot of times I'm like, you're bugging, go sit down. And they're like,
they go like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. Sometimes I use that too. A lot of people speak in the auditoriums. They come up with a suit and tie and everything. And that's good. I like to do that too. But sometimes they just get loose and get casual and stay open like this program right here and go right in and use some of the words that they use. But then come out of it with, what I want to tell them.
Yeah.
I guess that's how you have to approach it. Now, how do you manage positivity with Christianity on a daily basis? Because you're Christian, right?
Yes. So I definitely need it when I go to work every day. I definitely journal a lot. I try to, in the classroom, I try to use calming music. But for me personally, I love listening to gospel, and it helps calm me and focus me. So those are the things. I definitely pray all the time throughout the day, because I definitely need that when days get challenging.
Yeah. And you know what? How do you deal with the separation of church and state?
It's difficult for sure. I think I just let the kids know, because a lot of times I'll say Jesus by accident in the classroom. I'm like, Jesus, help me. And sometimes they'll hear me, and I just have to say, well, this is what I believe in, but you have other religions or belief systems that you have, and you can pray to that person or that God as well. So
yeah, you should bring a boombox in there and just take them to church. Bring the pastor in just for, don't tell him, hey, come, here's what we're going to do. Close the door and just take them there. What they need to know, you have to have faith in what you do and faith in God, to help you through with everything, So, yeah, I mean, you can throw it out there. I do it all the time. I don't care too much about the separation of church and state. I'm just going to let them know that, it's important to know this.
Right.
This is what's going to help you every day, And even let them know that, hey, it's time to pray. You got to pray. Ask God for what you want. You need some help? Ask God. Definitely. What is your favorite thing about tutoring?
I got into tutoring because I noticed a need of one-on-one help. And in the classroom, it's very hard. You have 30 students. One year I had 32 with different languages in the classroom.
Wow.
Different needs. So I noticed that the kids really need that one-on-one attention. It really helps them. So I decided to, in my free time and on the weekends, to tutor as well. One thing that I noticed, that the confidence that they have once they start to get the work, they start to understand. It's like a light bulb goes off and they get so excited. One student I tutored, he was like, I don't understand this. This is boring. And then I noticed he stopped saying that as we started to continue sessions months down the line. And he got so excited when he passed his test, he would text his mom to send me the passing test, the 90s that he was getting. So he was so excited.
Yeah,
so
that's
really
good.
Encouraging for me to know.
Sometimes that's a crutch, that's boring because they don't really want to learn it. Or sometimes it really is boring, But sometimes you got to just take a different approach.
Right.
And I think you're doing a great job with it. People are telling me about your tutoring business. So you felt like there was a need for it. And, because you have 32 kids in a class you mentioned, right? And that's been a problem over the years. How do you give that individualized attention to so many students? So that's a good thing.
When they have independent work time, I try to just, even if it's 5 minutes, or sometimes I'll set a scheduled day where I have conferences with them. A lot of small groups, even with 4 students in one group that I have, you still see the need of that one child who needs that one-on-one attention support. So you just have to schedule the time.
Do you mentor in different languages? Because you said you got different people in your class.
Yes. One year I had, I think it was the year that we went to COVID. I had an Arabic speaking student.
Yeah.
Thank goodness there were other children who spoke Arabic who supported me, but it was very hard. I had this past year in middle school, different dialects of Spanish, Bengali, another Arabic student as well, and Italian. But he also spoke English and Spanish a little bit, so he was able to kind of, work by himself for some points.
Yeah.
But it's challenging dealing with multiple languages at one time.
I can see your tutoring business growing because of that very situation. What does my classroom look like?
Mm-hmm.
My classroom looks like it has different languages in there. I think your business is going to grow.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yes, I hope. Yes.
All right. So where do we go from here? What do you want people to know about you want parents to know about the business that you started?
Yeah, I have an Instagram. It's called Vicky Smarts Tutoring, and I have a link tree as well. I'm still getting it up and running because it's hard to keep up with the clients that I have and, advertise and stuff like that. But I do have those things available. I hope to in the future to have like a book club or test prep, getting them ready for the school year. So I hope to have classes like that during the year or in the summer so parents can get the tutoring
it's
they need.
probably kind of tough, right? Teaching and marking papers and everything and then starting working your business on the side.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Good. Mm-hmm. So where do people go? What's your main Instagram account?
It's Vicky Smarts Tutoring.
Mm-hmm. Vicky Smarts Tutoring?
Yeah, Vicky, Vicky Smarts Tutoring.
Ah, I like that. That's catchy too. Vicky Smarts Tutoring. Yeah. Now you can go outside of the school. It's not just with the school, right? You can do other schools.
No,
just freelance.
so they don't. Yeah, they don't want you to kind of get your clients from the school buildings, but you can tutor children in New York City. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if they need your help, why not?
Right.
You're in business.
The legal system.
I get it. Policy and all of that stuff. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, good luck in everything that you do, and good luck with the business too. And I know you're a good teacher. You know how to work with that classroom of 32 students. Woo! Good luck to you, and God bless you.
Thank you. You as well. God bless.
We're going to continue to pray for you too.
Please, I need it.
Victoria Morris. She's an educator and she has a business. She's a tutor also, has a tutoring business. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank our guests for joining us and you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. And you can continue following BronxNet TV for continued coverage. And thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Join our hosts, Kevin Arlene, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentine for all new episodes of Open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day. We want to thank everybody in our control room. That's the Wizard of Oz studio up there. Everybody on the floor, our floor managers, everybody working the cameras. Thank you. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can, and you will. All right? But this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.